All right, people. Here's my honest opinion and take on Kris Statlander. People are overly doing it right now. And they're mad that she lost to Tekla, who's rightfully deserving. Young, fresh, AEW is her dream. She has her own stable. She's a heel. She was the perfect person to win the World AEW Women's Championship. Kris Statlander had the title for 100 plus days. She had 5 title defenses. 5 title defenses against the best women in AEW wrestling. She defeated Toni Storm. She defeated Mercedes Moné. She defeated Jamie Hayter. She defeated Tekla. Think about that. Listen to the names I just said. She defeated Toni Storm. She defeated Jamie Hayter. She defeated Mercedes Moné. And she also defeated Tekla, who she just lost the title to. Guys, women, she had an amazing reign. The problem is, see, here's the thing, right, with wrestling and wrestling in today's current age. Everybody is not meant to be at the top forever. Certain wrestlers stay at the top forever. Everybody is not meant to have long title reigns. Everybody just doesn't have it, people. And that's what a lot of you guys and women are missing. Everybody's saying, oh, she wasn't booked like this. She wasn't. The problem with Kris Statlander is, or the problem that Kris Statlander faces is she's a wrestler that needs help. Not in the wrestling ring. She needs the aesthetic of a manager. And she had that in Stokely. They pulled him away from her. I don't know why. But she had that in Stokely. He was a great manager for her. He was a great mouthpiece. Some wrestlers just need a manager to get them completely over, to put them over the top. And that's what Kris Statlander needs. She just needs that manager to put her over the top. And like I said, she had it with Stokely. They took it away from her. Now imagine her as champion with Stokely as her manager. Or just imagine her with a manager in general. It doesn't even have to be Stokely anymore. Kris Statlander, she has the size, she has the wrestling ability, she has the look. My only knock on Kris Statlander is that big arm tattoo she has. Other than that, she doesn't have, physically, appearance-wise, she's A+. Her wrestling is A+. Her mic skills, I mean, I'll give it a B++. But again, like I said, she just needs a manager. She needs that person on the side of her to give her that extra oomph when she's being presented to the public. Now, also, even though she had major title defenses and she held the title for over 100 plus days, could it have been presented better from a booking standpoint? Yes. When she won the title, she should have instantly got a celebration with balloons and everything on Dynamite. She should have been presented better to the public by Tony Khan. But you can't just blame Tony Khan. You have to also blame the wrestler. You have to blame Kris Statlander as well. Because once the title was put on her, that gave her power that she probably didn't realize she had, which was to go to him and say, hey, I think we should do a celebration. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But she should have pushed for it. She should have pushed for more presentation on the show than she had. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But once he greenlit her to become champion and that championship was placed around her waist, that gave her power. That gave her power to give more input. But some people just don't have that. They don't have that extra kick in them to say, screw this, I'm going and demanding this. Like I said, maybe she did, but based on how she was presented, not how she was booked, because she was booked in terms of her wrestling matches and opponents successfully. But based on how she was presented, I don't feel, like I said, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But I personally don't feel she took the initiative to do what a superstar would do, which is demand. I demand this. I demand that. That's what she should have did. But in terms of in terms of her title reign, it did what it was supposed to do. Kris Statlander is a wrestler that doesn't need a title. She's like Willow Nightingale. Those two are like pillars in AEW. She really doesn't need the title to be in the main event scene. She doesn't need the title to have a great match. Kris Statlander is kind of bulletproof in a sense like that, where she doesn't need the title. You can plug and play her in different spots on the board. You can give her the title, take it away from her. Give her the title, take it away from her. She isn't somebody that needs to have the title a long time or needs the title at all. The only knock I have on her, like I said, is I feel like she would be even better than what she is if she had or has a manager next to her. If they decide to pull the plug and put a manager next to her, I think that will take her to the next level even more. But she's somebody that doesn't need the title, people. She gonna be okay. She gonna still put on great matches. She gonna still do her thing. She's one of Tony Khan's favorites, which she should be because she's that good of a wrestler and she looks amazing. So don't worry. She lost her title, but she beat all the top women. She beat all the top women. And she's still young. She's not an old person. She's not an old wrestler. She's still young. So she's gonna be all right. It was a successful a successful title reign. The presentation just wasn't what it should have been. But in terms of her resume, she done beat everybody. Remember that.